Shalom, Israel. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops at Great Millstone. And peace, salutations, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Just back with just a super quick hit. What you see in front of me, this is my daughter. And this is just pure for edification. And going into, Jeremiah, the 12th chapter, the 9th verse says, my heritage is of a speckled bird. Say Tawadada. Say Tawadada. Say Tawadada. Yahawashi. And if you it goes a little, it goes deeper into in that Jeremiah the 12th chapter, the 9th verse is my heritage is of a speckled bird. You really can read into Genesis the 30th chapter, dealing with Jacob and Laban, dealing with the cattle, the blemished cattle. I'm not gonna go too deep into that. Just, like I said, this is just a quick hit, but but there's definitely some truth to that. Is my heritage of a speckled bird. A lot of brothers like to go into, which is true, man, because the Lord in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, the Lord tells you that His people would be scattered. They would be scattered into every single nation on earth, and you have. Because it's the men, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian men. The men that carry the seed, and Jake, these other nation women, they love, the Hebrew Israelite man, and so they got women from the so-called Japanese, the so-called Chinese. The so-called Persians and so-called white women. You got different Hebrew Israelite men that got babies by all these different nations of women, and they come out looking different colors. And in that Jeremiah, the 12th chapter, dealing with the speckled bird. Yeah, there's the speckled bird is known. Come here. The speckled bird is known for its distinctive look. It's extraordinary. Because ultimately the Lord's people is extraordinary. There ain't nobody like the Hebrew Israelites, the Lord's people. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the tribes. Say the water the Yahawashi. There's nobody like us, man. There's nobody that's like us. The food, the way we dress, the way we talk. The speckled bird is completely. It's extraordinary. It's distinctive and genetically different from all the birds. You can go in and do your research and looking up in the speckled bird on the whole breakdown on them. But they're genetically different from all the birds. But you're not gonna have all Hebrew Israelites coming out looking just dark. They're not gonna come out looking like that. And my daughter. Her mom is Mexican. She's Issachar from the Northern Kingdom. You see, and this is what spit out. So you're gonna have Hebrew Israelites coming out looking like all different shades of color, man, from a light brown to a dark brown, and they're gonna look like these other nations too. But it's just a quick hit. We're not black Hebrew Israelites. We're Hebrew Israelites, and we have Hebrew Israelites into all different nations, all nations on the earth, man. And some of us look like the other nations. You see, they're not all going to come out looking like LeBron James or John Shaft. you know. So, you know, that whole we're just all black Hebrew Israelites. That's off. That's off. That's totally off. We got Hebrew Israelites that look like all these different other nations out here. Even though a majority of us, have melanated skin and dark brown and from a light brown, but you know, I just wanted to throw that out, man. That, you know, anybody that's just using that, you know, we're all black, the black Hebrew Israelites, you're off. That's a heresy, man. We have Hebrew Israelites that look like the so-called white folks, that look like the so-called Chinese, Japanese, Korean, you know, the so-called Persians, all of that, man. All of that. So, but yeah, I just wanted to throw that out. This is my daughter. Say Tawada. Say Shalom.